Hey, what's up everybody? Medicropper here. This is going to be the last video for my 8,000 watt Fruity Chronic Juice Purple Arrow Bubba Kush flower room. Now, just to recap on the grow a little bit, this was the first time I grew in this particular room. It was a brand new setup. Did have some setbacks throughout the grow. Obviously, I had to deal with temperature fluctuation. That played a big role in the production overall yield of the grow. The next round I'm doing in this room, I should have stuff more dialed in. It's always kind of tricky growing in a new location for the first time. It's always an experiment, but I did have the temperature fluctuate from like up in the 90s a couple times to well down into the 50s at nighttime, just trying to figure out with cooling and CO2 and exhaust fans and all that shit. But pretty much got it dialed in now, so this next round I do in that room should be a lot better. As far as the cold temperatures in this grow go, they did obviously make the plants produce smaller buds, so I did get a lot lower yield than I wish to have gotten, but I'm still totally satisfied with the yield that I did get. An 8,000 watt garden, I got a typical yield. Obviously, it did not exceed the legal limit in Washington, which is 4.5 pounds for a collective garden, which that is. It's a 45 plant collective garden. So, everything stayed legal in there. But the cold weather also contributed to some great coloring in the plants. I got a lot of purple in the Fruity Chronic Juice, surprisingly. Also a little bit in the Purple Arrow. Not quite showing in the final product of the Purple Arrow, but things look really good nonetheless, and the quality is top-notch. This may be the best I've ever done Purple Arrow. Some of you may remember the first grow I ever did on YouTube. It was like an 8,400 watt or 9,000 watt, mostly Purple Arrow flower room. I think I had like 30 plants in there or something like that, and 20 of them were Purple Arrow, kind of big bushes. But I haven't grown Purple Arrow on camera since then. I haven't grown it at all since then. So, for the most part, I haven't done any big grows of it. But this room, after doing this, reminded me that Purple Arrow is definitely a world-class strain and worth growing a lot of. So let's look at the bud shots. Out of the 44 plants I had in the room, I had 11 Bubba Kush, 11 Purple Arrow, and 22 Fruity Chronic Juice. So here's looking at the Bubba first. This, had some really small buds on it. They turned out to be pretty good looking though. Obviously Bubba Kush is kind of leafy, and I'll probably go through these and clean them up a little bit better. You see some duck feet here sticking out that could be taken off. But considering the fact that this is a very leafy strain, if I remove too much of the leaf, then it's going to look like nothing. There's going to be nothing left. So crystal production on the Bubba, great, absolutely great. I don't know how much more of this I'll grow though. I mean, it's very stinky. It smells really bad. I have a few people that really like it, but for the most part I don't enjoy the smell, and I can't imagine that many people would. So this is not the pre-98. This is a newer variation of Bubba Kush from Greenhouse Seed Company. And I don't know how accurate it is to the authentic Bubba. I don't think it is very accurate at all, but definitely a Kush. Definitely stinky and grows like most people say Bubba does, which is very short and strong. So, yeah, that's looking at the Bubba. Let's take a look at the Fruity Chronic Juice here. Uh-oh. Dropped it down there on the carpet. 22 of these plants, it was half the garden. I got some good color in here. Very, very colorful buds. Oranges and greens and purples. But crystal production is also great. Let me see if I can... I don't know how well you can tell here. But this is a very good smelling strain. It smells kind of like, not burning sulfur, but some other chemical that's used in fireworks. So it kind of reminds me of the 4th of July because it has that scent of some firework smoke or something. But not sulfur, something else in the fireworks. Yeah, really good looking stuff. It's supposed to be a very, very strong indica. Looks a lot like a sativa though, with the long, skinny leaves, but it is an indica, definitely. Anyway, that's the fruity cronut juice. And then lastly, we have the Purple Arrow. A lot of small Purple Arrow buds. This is a low-yielding strain anyway, and you know, it grows kind of sparse with popcorn buds everywhere. That's just how it is. So that, combined with the cold temperature, made this really low-yielding. A lot of small buds, but I mean absolutely just packed with crystals. You can see there are some purple hues in the bud here, but not a lot of purple coloring. And it's pretty hard stuff, pretty dense stuff. Everything in this room came out to be pretty dense. Yeah. People are really going to love that Purple Arrow. That's good stuff. So anyway, yeah, just like a ½ pound each of these. Yeah, I guess that's about it. I thought the yield was going to be a lot lower than what it turned out to be. I mean, you know, day 28, I'm sitting there making a video looking at how tiny these buds are. Even like day 56 are still really small, but they all became, you know, the cold weather kept them small but kept them very dense, so they ended up weighing up, and I was happy with the final harvest and the final yield. So patients that I deal with in the collective garden are going to be really happy to get their hands on this stuff, and it was overall just a great grow. So if you have any questions, comments, let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next grow. Peace.